Terry is with us in Chicago. Hi, Terry. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Uncle Dave. Hi, John.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so basically, I'm a business owner with irregular income. I am married, but I cannot, unfortunately, get my husband to combine these finances. I'm aware that we do need to work together, and counseling is definitely crucial. But at this point, I'm 52, and I need to go ahead and do this on my own. I've done it before. I did something foolish. I started using my credit cards again. Basically, I relocated my business, and when I relocated my business, I think I kind of went overspending for the business. And now, the location that I'm at now, we are. I think, we're in the June, July. So usually the summer months are really slow, but I didn't think that with the relocation, it would be.
Terry, what's your question?
So the question is, because I need to go ahead and start doing this on my own, I definitely have a lot of debt. And I have done baby step number 1 and number 3 multiple times. But I'm just trying to figure out what is the best way to go about paying off my debt. So that's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
How long you been married?
Well, hey, 10 years.
Mm-hmm. And why is it he doesn't want to combine finances?
You know what? He's kind of, I don't know. I can't really go off into all of the details. If I did, everybody would know who I am. However, at this point, it's just kind of like he just does not want to combine finances. He's content with just, giving his portion of what we're going to pay for the home.
Mm-hmm.
So I do carry part of what the responsibility is in the home in terms of the utilities.
Yeah, I'm sorry, again, I can't go along with this.
I agree.
I'm not going to participate in this insanity.
I agree.
This is unhealthy, and it's unhealthy, and you refuse to deal with it. Why?
Oh, I am definitely trying to deal with it.
No, you're not trying to deal with it. You're trying to work around it.
Short of, we need to get to the bottom. I know I can't really tell you everything, but at the end of the day, I'm feeling stuck. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to feel stuck. I feel like I want to do this with him, but I know I'm going to have to just do it on my own on my portion.
So here's the thing: you let's take that track. You know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You put your debts in order of smallest to largest, and you pay them off.
Absolutely.
But you've got to. So that math problem is simple. You're too smart. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're asking Dave and I a different question.
No. What it is, the amount of money that I have saved is not equal to what I need to pay things off.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You've got two big messes. I think you're talking around the bush about your business. I don't think your business is as successful as you thought it was going to be, and I think you have to make some hard choices about your business. And your marriage is at that 10-year mark, and there's a 7 to 10-year window when people start to open their eyes and they exhale and they realize this is the way this is going to be. Mm-hmm. And we need to have some hard conversations about what comes next, or we have to make peace with this is the way this is. But Dave said it right. You are accepting in rhetoric. You are not accepting this in reality, because reality says, I'm going to turn on all the lights. I'm going to stop the music. And I'm going to tell my significant other, the marriage we've built thus far ends today. Will you build something new with me? And they call that vulnerability, and vulnerability's got this great cachet about it, and it's wonderful and great, except that vulnerability means somebody may hurt you. And he may look at you and say, I will not be a part of a marriage where I'm going to be all in with you. And you have to deal with that reality, and you're not. That's a scary place to be, but that's the truth of the matter. And I'm not saying you got to end your marriage. You may have to say, okay, fine, I'm on my own inside my own house.
That's what she is saying.
And if you've gone to the ends of the earth,
she's acquiesced. I mean, she gave up and says, I want to go work this by myself. And the problem is your probability of building wealth when your spouse is not participating is very low.
It's hard.
You might clear out the debt, But the number of times that we interviewed millionaires, 10,167 of them, that they said, I did this while dragging my spouse kicking and screaming all the way and became a millionaire anyway, when they didn't participate, they didn't help. I basically had a roommate and a joint venture, not a marriage. And the number of times that happens statistically in the data is almost never. I mean, it's way less than 5%.
Yeah.
And so what you're asking to do is statistically improbable. Can it be done? Well, good Lord, yeah. Most anything can be done. But it's unhealthy, because now what we're saying is we're just going to put our hands over our ears and go la, 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 and pretend like this is not going on. And we're going to go on about our way, and we're going to try to be wealthy anyway. And we're going to try to get out of debt and stay out of debt anyway. But something else is going on here that y'all really need to get the bottom of for the sake of your marriage, also for the sake of your futures.
If you find, so let's go to the end. If you find yourself and the person you're married to says, I'm out, I'm not doing this, I'm not recommending you run to divorce court.
No.
That's not the way to go. But then you're going to follow the baby steps the way you follow the baby steps. And you're going to have to create a life where I may have to go get second jobs. I may have to go get third jobs. I may have to figure this thing out. And you may have to go to counseling on your own if the person just refuses to go with you. But my hope is that someone would see your determination. They would see the path you're taking and see the light that's coming on in your eyes. And they'd say, hey, I want to be a part of that. I know that's not true if you're married to someone who struggles with addiction, if you're married to somebody who just doesn't care, someone who's struggling with certain kinds of mental, I get all that. But at some point, you either have to say, hey, this is it. We're going to have this final conversation. And if they won't do it, they won't do it. Yeah, Dave, sometimes it's throwing your hands up and saying, whatever, it's not worth it. And sometimes, the old ball and chain is the old ball and chain. You're married to a guy that just says, I'm not getting off the couch. And then you got some hard choices to make, I guess.
Yeah, that's where you're facing. And so I'm just telling you that in doing this in spite of your spouse, folks, and everything staying separate, A, it's a lot harder, and B, your probability is just not there. And then what we're dealing with is the money problems are not a problem. They're a symptom of your relationship problems. That's what's going on.
And I think it's important to double click on that. If somebody won't work with you, your biggest issue in your life is not your debt.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Your biggest issue is you've got a marriage that's sick and that is falling apart and that is slowly killing both of you.
Yeah. Because, again, him refusing to put your money together is not a philosophical stand. It's a relational spear through the heart.
Right.
He's throwing darts.
Or somebody who's and another thing, Dave, we
He's
hear
saying,
this a lot.
I don't trust you.
I was gonna say, it may be that this is the third or fourth time you've moved your business and gone back on credit cards, and he's saying, hey, I'm not hitching my wagon.
You're out of control.
You're not trustworthy. And so maybe it's about you coming to the table and saying, hey, I've been struggling. I haven't been right with this stuff. I'm willing to change. Will you join me? Right.
Yeah.
And that's almost always the best way to approach it. But
he may be watching you be a train wreck over there and going, I don't want to ride on that train.
I don't want to be on that train. That's right.
That may be the way you solve it. But anyway, yeah, the thing is, you need to get up under this thing and solve that part of it for the quality of life that you have going forward, and for your relationship to prosper, and then for your money to prosper. They very seldom are not connected.
Right.
These are not compartmentalized, departmentalized things that you can set this over here and pretend like this other isn't happening. They are woven together inextricably. You cannot get away from it. And so it's tough. So I hope you can get to the bottom of it, Terry. I hope you guys can find some peace and find some, unity at your place.